Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. The Sweethearts Path event, the Heroes Path event started today in Raid Shadow Legends, and this is a particularly interesting one because this is mandatory for part of Noldua Fusion, and it also gives you souls for Noldua and for Solanar the Gleaming. So let's take a look at everything you need to know about this Path event. First, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video and for giving me this wonderful promo link down below in the description there in the QR code. Start raid with 3 legendary champions with my link only. Tholin Foulbeard right after the tutorial, Tuhanarak from the Desert Queen code, Ezio Auditore as 7-day login bonus, and then Rector Drath, Venomage and Uugo, 3 top tier epics for perfect start to raid. And this is what the full tree of the Sweethearts Path look like. It's 261,500 points to get it all, but you of course don't have to get it all. Actually, you're probably going after some of the fragments. There are 5 fragments on each side, and then there are 15 fragments in the middle behind 2 keys. The keys are behind the fragments in the sides, and then there are the Solanar and Noldua souls at the bottom. So you have access to them either through a side or through the middle. There are 10 fragments available on the sides, 5 on each side that are available without any keys. After that you have to pick up keys on both sides to unlock the middle, and then on the middle you can immediately get another 5 fragments, so that's 15, and then you have to go a little bit further down the middle to get the other 5 plus 5, so a total of 25 fragments are available. The first 5 fragments, regardless of which side you pick, left or right, cost 17,000 points, so that's the equivalent of 3.78 sacred shards. 10 fragments going down both sides, that costs 33,500 points, so 7.44 sacreds. And 15 fragments, so left, right, pick up the keys, take the first ones in the middle, that's 38,500 points, so the equivalent of 8.55 sacreds. 20 fragments, then you can choose which side of the middle you're going down, 57,500 points, and the other side of the middle, 76,500 points for the full 25 fragments. It is possible to get to the souls after picking up only 5 fragments, but you need minimum 15 from this unless you won a tournament, so that's not a viable option for many people. 1 soul adds 60,000 points needed, so 13.33 sacreds, and 2 souls adds 110,000 points, so 24.44 sacreds, and plus 1,000 of those if you only pick up 5 fragments, and you still have to unlock a key as well. So 5 fragments plus a soul, 17.33 sacreds, or 15 fragments plus a soul, that would be 21.89 sacreds. And because this Heroes Path is part of the Noldua Fusion, you also have to consider, okay, what's your overall status in the Fusion if you're pursuing this, so how many fragments should you go for? If you haven't won either of the tournaments, there was a champion training tournament and a champion chase tournament with bonus fragments available. If you didn't get anything from those, you need at least 15. Then going from 15 to 20, so if you want to skip an event or if you have already skipped any, that costs 4.23 sacred shards. That's the cost of skipping any single fragment reward. Otherwise you need to complete everything else and then still get 15 from the Heroes Path. So if you value 4.23 sacreds less than any of these events, then you can try to skip something, but otherwise I think most people are probably better off completing everything else and just grabbing 15 from the path. And the main currency in this path are sacred shards. Sacred shards are very strong, 4,500 points per sacred shard. They're followed by ancient shards actually in relative value for this particular event. But all shards and only shards do give you points, so no points from fragments, no points from prism crystals, no points from anything like that. And there is also a progressive chance event going on that overlaps this Heroes Path. The odds in progressive chance events are low, but if you're pulling anyway for the path, then why not participate? Although Void Shards are not particularly good for this path. So from Void Shards you can try to go for Solanar the Gleaming, who's pretty great. Siphi the Lost Bride, another great one. And the Scardial and White King Knights. Actually all the Void Shard champions are pretty good at least, but Solanar and Siphi are the 2 better ones there. Then from Ancient, Primal and Sacred Shards, the champions that are available, you get to pick 2. Mother of the Peel, Esme the Dancer, White Queen Angora, Rotos, Sikia and Oella. And out of these I would generally recommend, well, Rotos is a great conventional damage dealer, also goes really well with Siphi, they are a champion pair. Sikia Flametongue, wonderful HP burn champion with some unique mechanics. And then if you need a support champion, then Oella is pretty solid as well. In addition to shards, you can also get points from the Gear Hunters or Dungeon Divers component. So just completing anything that gives you gear, and then you will get points for Hero's Path. And in practice, the best way to get these points, if you really need points and nothing else, is Even Dungeon Stage 3, which is going to give you an average of 2.523 points per energy. Then that's followed by other event dungeon stages 7 and 11, and then any gear-giving dungeon, including the event dungeon itself, but also stuff like Dragon of Finite. Stages 16 and stage 20, they're almost 2 points per energy. And finally, you can also get points with real money with path bundles in the store. There's 10,120 coins available for 17.99 euros, so that's 563 coins per euro. So that's 2.25 sacred shards, 8 euros per the equivalent of a sacred shard, except that you don't get the champion, you just get the points. A little bit over 40,000 coins are available like this. Not a particularly good offer, rather mediocre in terms of what offers for Heroes Paths typically are. So is all of this worth it? This Heroes Path replaces Summon Rush and it replaces Gear Hunters in the Noldua Fusion event. And getting the minimum 15 fragments cost almost exactly the same as completing a Summon Rush and completing a Gear Hunters. So it's cost neutral overall when you look at the overall perspective of the fusion. You can also double dip into a Dragon tournament, so you will get, like you double dip with Gear Hunters, 2 Gear Hunters plus Dragon, so no real change there either. Skipping any other fusion event, the cost is 4.23 sacred shards to get another 5 fragments from the path. So if you want to skip anything, then you have to evaluate whether that 4 and a little bit over sacreds is worth it for you or not. And the first soul in the path event costs another 13.33 sacred shards, so that is quite a lot. But these Heroes Path events typically are expensive. This one is no exception. It does not increase your costs if going for the fusion, but the fusion fragments also do not really help much in getting souls from the path, so souls cost as much as they usually do. The overall fusion cost is similar to previous fusions. This Heroes Path replaces Summon Rush and Gear Hunters and costs the same if you're just after the fragments, so no difference in the end there. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.